For the first time in 5 years, the St. John's men's basketball team is ranked in the AP Top 25. So it's time to take y'all, Zach, to school with our New York Post college basketball writer, Zach Braziller, so he can break down how Rick Pitino's Johnnies are off to a promising start. Zach, what's up, man? It's our first ZTS in the Top 25. Mama, we made it.
It's been a while, 5 years. You know, this is the highest they've been ranked, number 22 in a decade. St. John's fans are ecstatic, and look, they should be. I think they have a very good team. They're off to a really good start, and, we'll see what they do from here. But, look, you got to be really excited if you're a St. John's fan.
All right, Professor Braziller, let's get into this. What's Coach Pitino saying about the team's fast start?
Look, he's been, through the preseason, he was bullish about this team. Last year, it was like a lot of questions. This year, he thought he had a chance for a pretty good team. And, I wouldn't say he's over the moon. He thinks they need to get better. He graded their first game, the 32-point win over Fordham, as a C. But he's very encouraged. This is a team that's a lot more athletic. I think they have the chance to be a very good defensive team. They have a lot of guys who can score the ball on offense. Look, 2 wins to start the year by a combined 55 points. I get it. Fordham and Quinnipiac, they're bye games. You're supposed to beat those teams. But, they blew them both out. And I think you've got to be encouraged by the fact they've taken care of business here.
All right. What do you like, or what have you seen in terms of playing style about the Johnnies 1 week into the season compared to last season?
I just like what they can do defensively specifically. North Texas transfer Aaron Scott, he didn't really play much the second game. He was sick, but he kind of brings a new dimension with a guy who can defend four different positions. Davon Scott, the Utah transfer, is super athletic, super fast. He's a one-man fast break. The guy that's actually really surprised me, I'm going to butcher his last name, the USC transfer Vince Iwuchukwu. He's, a 7'1" guy. He's a big-time athlete. He's come off the bench so far. He's really stood out. He had 6 points, 6 rebounds in only 13 minutes in the Quinnipiac win. I think there's a chance he starts Wednesday over Zuby Ejiofor. I think Vince has got a chance to be a very good player. He's still raw. He's got some development to do, but he's big. He really can block shots. He rebounds. He finishes above the rim. He's a guy that's really kind of popped out that I didn't necessarily expect to.
You named a couple guys, but which other players on the teams have you been impressed with so far?
Yeah, look, a key returnee, Simeon Wilcher, they've raved about him throughout the summer and the preseason. He's looked terrific. He's scored double figures both games. Brady Dunlap, another guy who's back, had 17 in the win over Quinnipiac. He's a guy they're going to really need to hit shots, because that's one of the shortcomings of this team. They don't have a lot of knockdown three-point shooters, but Dunlap and Wilcher are two guys who can shoot the three, especially Dunlap, who's kind of known for being a three-point shooter. And look, we talk about all the newcomers, but I wrote this the other day. Continuity is so important now these days because so many teams have so many new guys, and when you bring guys back who are contributors, that kind of changes things. And to me, bringing back Wilcher, bringing back Dunlap, RJ Luis, Ejiofor has kind of sped up the process early on in the season.
So who's gotten off to somewhat of a slow start that doesn't necessarily put you in panic mode, but you think Coach Pitino would like to see him find his rhythm sooner than later?
Definitely Zuby. He was great in the exhibition win over Rutgers. In the first 2 games, he's been a little shaky. There's no question. He hasn't really rebounded the ball like they know he can. There's a chance Wednesday he comes off the bench, which maybe lessens the pressure on him a little bit, and kind of he can just go back to doing what he does. But I would say Zuby is the one guy that you'd like to see get going here a little.
All right, real quick, Professor Braziller, to close this thing out, final grade for the Johnnies week 1. What's your week 1 progress report grade?
I'll go with a B. The first half against Quinnipiac wasn't great, but they did have a terrific second half and blew them away. Fordham, I thought they played pretty well. Offense was still a little choppy. Look, it's so early. They're still obviously have gelling to do. They got new pieces here. But, I mean, look, they're ranked. They have won 2 blowouts. The schedule gets a lot tougher here soon. New Mexico Sunday, the Bahamas, where I will be, which I am pretty excited about. They get Baylor, possibly Tennessee, and then Georgia. So, look, they're going to get some tests here coming up where we'll really start to find out about this team. But so far, I think you got to be pretty happy with what you see.
All right, a B for the Johnnies one weekend. Man, I should have had you as one of my UMass professors, man. I could have used that on my GPA. Thanks for joining us, man, and enjoy the Bahamas. Lucky guy. I'm in Germany. I had to go to Germany, but you get to go to the Bahamas.
I most definitely will enjoy the Bahamas.